done, but there's this question. So what does that mean for her reliability? Or what does that mean for the story? And then we have questions about character. We didn't talk about this. This is important. Character is revealed not only by, what you might imagine, a character's actions, what they say, what we think is kind of contributing to our own character, but also, because this is a story, by what they wear and where they are, right? So to get a full sense, the fullest sense of a character in a story, you're not only going to pay attention to the things that they do, the things that they think, the words that they use, their conversation, but also to what they wear, how they dress, where they are. Okay, if a character spends all his day in a deep, dank dungeon, that says something about him. If the character spends all his day out on a sunny field, that says something about him. So all of these things ought to kind of go into your consideration of who these people are. And in addition, importantly, I want you to bring those considerations, those elements to bear on race and what Morrison is doing with race. Do we know which of these characters is black and which is white?
Not really.
No. All we know is that one is black and one is white. We don't know which. Do we know if Maggie is black or white?
No.
No.
Not really.
Not really. What do we know about Twilight? What kind of, well, tell me everything that you know about Twilight.
Her mother is a dancer.
Her mother is, of course, stays out all night dancing. So what that means, we're not entirely sure, though it resulted in her having to do what?
Be there at the orphanage.
Right,
She doesn't have
so her
somebody
mother
to-
Mary had to leave Twilight at the orphanage because she stays up all night dancing. What else? What else do we know about Twilight?
She's a waitress, right? Is she a waitress?
Yeah, she is. So like a lower class than Roberta. I
Yes.
guess. Yeah.
So,
Blue collar.
blue collar, she's a waitress, she lives in a town where there's a lot of poverty. Okay, and what do we know about Roberta?
Her mom's sick.
Her mom is sick. Physically or mentally?
I was gonna say mental.
Mentally, right? That's what we're left to believe. What else do we know?
Her mom's religious. So she probably grew up. She's very conservative. It seems like so. She grew up different than Twyla did.
Yes, right. So Roberta's mom is very religious. And you said something about her class background. What's your class background, Roberta's?
She's like a higher class. Okay.
Higher class, how do we know this? What's
Well, what did she say? So like towards the more like the end, they meet. They're both married, and she's married to somebody that I think they said somebody that has like an exec or something like that.
and exactly like IBM and does
Yeah.
computer stuff? Right. And she drives around in what kind of car? A limousine with a driver. And she has 2 servants.
They're at a ball, they're dressed up fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they're at a ball, they're dressed up fancy. So we have these class differences too. And, well, I'll leave it to you. We have 3 more minutes to figure things out further than that. When I say do a close reading, what I mean is analyze it based on specific details. So what I'm looking for are quotes or images that you can use to back up your reading. I don't just want summary, in other words, which is important. If you want to include summary, fine, but limit it. I don't want summary taking up more than a few sentences. I want primarily analysis. And analysis does what? evaluates,
The important information, I guess.
what's that?
The important information that sticks out.
Okay, it explores the important information that sticks out, but not just, relating it to us. It doesn't just go through, here's an important moment, here's an important moment, here's an important moment. That would be summary.
It provides contrast and depth to what you know.
Contrast and depth to what you know. Yeah?
It like breaks it apart and,
Breaks it apart. It looks for patterns and tries to unify those patterns into some kind of message that isn't available on the surface, right? So it's not about literal denotative meaning, remember? It's about figurative connotative meaning. Looking for patterns, finding out what's really going on by way of exploring images and symbols and figurative language that says something else than what it seems to say, or at least carries more than one meaning with it, right? It's those multiple meanings that we want to be looking for, in addition to exploring those other artistic strategies, which are likewise about analysis, looking into narrative frames, how the narrator is framing our experience of the story, how these characters are established, what we're told and what we're not told, and why that's important. Okay? Thinking about a writer's strategy. Right? These are all a function of Morrison's craft. She has made these choices for a reason. Well, yes?
Could that be something like what's Maggie's purpose in the story? Because that was my question, by the way, so I get my little.
No, you will get your points, and I'm going to let you kind of give your question next time. We'll actually come back next time and begin here at this beginning of the story and actually talk about it as a class after you've had the chance to do your writing, so you'll be ready to go, which is another good thing. But that is an excellent question. What is Maggie's purpose here? And Maggie has a purpose here, right? She comes back. She's just this lunch lady. We would say that she is a flat character. She doesn't change, right? But may she be more important than just a kind of typical secondary flat character?
Because she makes you question whether Twyla remembers things correctly.
Yes.
It's very Promethean compliment. As opposed to musical not.
Okay. All right. So come next time, having submitted your, we didn't talk about this. So if you know how to submit documents using Google Drive, do it. If you don't, just bring your 300 words to class. There are instructions above the assignment itself. If you're unsure, want to give it a try, give it a try. It's pretty straightforward. And just when you share the document, you put in my email address. We'll see how it goes. But come with your 300 words analysis. And remember, the devil is in the details. Don't just tell me what the story is about. Show me how you get there. Give me quotes, give me examples, and walk me through it. Make sense? Okay.